What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and for those who don't know, my name is ZT. I'm just someone who loves to run in shoes and then come back here and tell you all about them. Plus, if you haven't already, please hit that crap out of that like button and subscribe. That helps this channel out a lot. Today, we're going to be talking about the Cloudeclipse. I love this shoe, and this is a shoe that hasn't been sent to me by anyone. I bought this with my own money, which is the same case with pretty much all my shoes. So yeah, I can pretty much see whatever I want. I don't have to worry about, trying to be too nice or be mean. Now the Cloudeclipse is a new shoe in their lineup. It's a max cushion daily trainer. It's the same Cloudtech Phase midsole setup as the Cloud Surfer, but it does work a little bit different. And of course, I'll get to more on that later on in the video. When it comes to the design of this shoe, it does look very similar to the Cloud Surfer, which is a shoe I already think looks good in the first place. Except one of the biggest difference is you got that giant stack height right here. And then you also, I think this looks a little different up here, up front. Or maybe I'm forgetting. Maybe I am forgetting. But most of the shoe looks very similar in general. You do got these holes right here that's made to collapse whenever you're running, and it's going to help with that with a smoother transition. And then you also have the speedboard that's at the bottom of the midsole of the shoe. This time it's a little closer to the back, I think. That does help too, and I'll tell you more about that later, of course. But overall, the design of the shoe looks really good to me. I mean, I love this color, and I do love that orange color. The black color wasn't really my favorite, but I'm also waiting for newer colors to come out because I might buy another pair anyways, because I may kill this one off a lot quicker than I think. When it comes to the specs of the shoe, we're gonna start with the upper. It's an engineered mesh upper. It is very breathable up here, and it's stretchy, so I really like the feeling of this. And it's dope dye, which means that they use 90% less water for the traditional dyeing process. That's dope. Anyways, the tongue up here is the gusseted tongue. It's nice. It's just not in a way. It's a little bit of padding there. It's comfortable. It doesn't bother me at all. Freaking love it. The upper is pretty roomy. I love that. My toes don't have any problem being squished inside. And also the top of my foot, I have a high volume foot. So up here, I don't feel like this is pressing too far down on my foot. So that's really good. I would say for wide foot people, this shoe I do recommend. You got the heel counter. It's very comfortable. A little bit of padding there. Not too much, but it's still extremely comfortable. I get no rubbing or slippage at all. The shoe just works when it comes to that. I think they did everything solid. Now when it comes to the midsole, On is calling it a double layer Cloudtech Phase. I don't see two, but maybe there's some extra inside, or maybe it's just because that's what they're calling it because the extra stack height to the shoe. But it's made from the helium foam like the majority of their shoes. Now to counteract all that lovely squishiness from the midsole, you do got the speedboard at the bottom of the midsole. And I know some of you hate it, right? Seen it, I got friends who talk about it, and of course it's not the same speedboard that you get in most of their previous shoes where it goes all the way through the shoe and it was just stiff. And I didn't like it actually in some of their other shoes. Like I wasn't a big fan in the Cloud, I think it's the Cloud Flow. And also the Cloud Monster. For the Cloud Monster, it wasn't all that bad to me. I actually liked it in the Cloud Monster, so I didn't really have a problem with it. But of course there could have been some improvements with it, and I feel like they did a really good job implementing it in this shoe. It's in the right spot. It doesn't get in the way. I would say the only thing I've seen some people complain about when it comes to it is that they're worried about like this rocks hitting this and damage it. I guess that depends where you live, because I don't have that problem. I mean, I got some little scuffs there from rocks, but I'm not really worried about this being damaged at all. Typically, where I run, I don't have like big rocks or anything all over the place. It's just pretty solid, plain cement. So yeah, when it comes to the speedboard of this shoe, don't worry too much about this being something that's going to be annoying. Helping bring that snap to your run when you're just trying to pick up those paces throughout the day, and not let the shoe just be so soft and so cushioned that it takes away from the run. For me, if it does, I end up just slowing down and almost coming to a stage where I'm just walking. And then when it comes to the stack height, we got a 37mm in the heel, 31mm in the forefoot, and a 6mm drop. Now, of course, when it comes to the weight of the shoe, and my size 10, I believe is 10.5 ounces or 300 grams. But of course, don't let the weight stop you from getting the shoe or thinking that this shoe wouldn't be that great to run in, because this shoe does not feel the weight of, oh, that sounds weird. This shoe does not feel as heavy as it sounds. When I'm running in this shoe, it feels much lighter than that. Of course, I actually couldn't guess what the weight would have been of this shoe at all, to be honest. I thought it was much lighter than that by the way it feels, because when I got the shoe, I just put it on and took off. Overall, the performance of this shoe, the weight does not hold that back. And when it comes to the experience in the Cloudeclipse, got the shoe, took it out the box, laced it up, and just took off. And it was just easy. It was comfortable, and I had fun with the shoe. For a max cushion shoe, a lot of times I kind of just think about, okay, I want to go easy, just to feel how the shoe goes, or how the shoe performs. And after that, maybe another few days after, I'll try like a different type of running in the shoe if I want to see if I can pick up the pace on the shoe, if I want to do a long distance in the shoe. Right away, I did a long distance in the shoe. For me, I did about 13 miles right away when I got this shoe, and I was able to pick up the pace so easy. And if I want to slow down, I was able to do it. And then on top of that, this shoe is extremely it's extremely stable. And I felt that when I turned corners in this shoe did not feel like I was going to roll my ankle. It stayed right there with me. Only thing that did feel a little weird, and that's because the top is a bit stretchy. I just felt like I was stretching too much over here or over there, depending if, you know, how fast I'm turning my corners. Because a lot of times in my area, it's downhill and turning. So sometimes I'm picking up the pace as I'm going. I'm not even slowing down. But at the same time, that didn't bother me or annoy me with this shoe. I just felt great on the run. For a max cushion shoe, you can do more in this shoe. I find myself doing speed days in this with this shoe, and on top of that, I walk around a lot in this shoe. I'll actually, you know, go to work and just walk around all day in the shoe, and it'll still be comfortable to me. I have fun in it, and I love the shoe just like how I love my Cloud Monsters. I love my Cloud Monsters. I've actually beat the crap out of these, so these taking a big beating. Way over 200 miles in the shoe, and it's still going. Yeah, some little rips and tears and stuff. The longer I ran in the shoe, the more I just felt like this is easy, this is good. You know, my toes weren't banging in front of the shoe. I didn't feel like my legs felt too fatigued after running the 13 miles in this shoe. Negatives as far as the performance or just running and having a good time in the shoe, because you can do so much with this shoe. Max Cushion daily trainer that's very versatile to me. I love it, and that's why this is, like, for me, it was my favorite, you know, max cushion shoe for 2023, and it's still going to be my favorite still until maybe another better shoe comes out for 2024. One shoe that was just much more squishy and softer, that is the Cloud Surfer. It doesn't have a speedboard in it. It's just all foam, and it's just that one's nice. That one's really nice. So maybe you can have both of these shoes. Here you just got you have more of that stack height, and you got that speedboard. But besides that, I mean, I find myself easily choosing this over the Cloud Surfer if I want to have more fun on the runs and even doing longer distance runs. And also on the treadmill, this is a treadmill friendly shoe. I know for me, sometimes I don't like getting on the treadmill with shoes that have a really high stack height. But with this one, it felt like a lower stack height shoe on the treadmill. And I'm saying just for me, because not everyone's going to feel the same about that. I actually felt lighter on my toes, and I would just pick up the pace and just going on the treadmill with this shoe. I'm going to recommend this to so many people because it's a shoe that can do it all, and I feel like it could fit all types of runners out there. There are some great competitors to this shoe, and this is the part that might get me a little excited. Other favorite shoe, well, max cushion shoe, that is the A6 Super Blast. Now when it comes to the A6 Super Blast, this is more of what they call the Super Trainer, because this thing feels like it's a super shoe almost. It feels like it will have a plate in it. I mean, damn, look at that. Barely bend that shit. So then the other thing is about this shoe, like for the stack height as tall as it is, it does not feel like a heavy shoe. I think this shoe might be lighter. I could be wrong. It just feels, to me, it feels lighter in the hand over the on. Yeah, it does feel lighter in the hand. But yeah, you got a 45 mil when it comes to the stack height of this shoe. And basically, I love picking up the pace with this shoe. I feel like this shoe, whenever I use this, I want to use it on my tempo days. And if I want to take a long run in it, which I've done quite a bit because I'm way over 100 miles in the shoe, I just do it. I don't think about it. Now, my only drawback to the shoe is when I slow down and let's just say come to a slower pace, it starts to feel much more firm or firmer compared to the Cloudeclipse. It does feel a little bit firmer. It does soften up over miles, but not as much as you think it would. And then we have another shoe that's one of my favorites, or another one of my favorites, which is the Saucony Triumph 20 or the 21. I don't have the 21 yet, and that's because I kind of just passed on it because these shoes are too similar. I didn't feel like there was that much of a difference, but to be honest, I think I may be grabbing a pair of the 21 just because I saw a color that I like. This shoe, I think, is a direct competitor, even more than the Super Blast compared to the On Cloudeclipse, and that's because the stack heights are very similar. I do feel like this shoe is light. I can do a whole lot more in this shoe as far as it being very versatile. Tempo days, long run days, recovery days. If I want to, use it at the gym and, beat the treadmill up, I can do that with the shoe and not sound like a dinosaur. And then I can walk all day in this shoe with no problems. It's just absolutely comfortable. I actually bought two pair. I actually have way more miles on the other pair because I use that one more and beat that one up over this because I do like this color, so I'm trying to save it because I can't buy it again. Back to the On Cloudeclipse. I can talk about this shoe all day, just go on and on how excited I am about this shoe when it comes to running, walking, and doing any other type of training. So yeah, it's just an exciting shoe. But I'm going to wrap it up when it comes to this shoe. If you want to see more from me, I'm not able to post a lot weekly. I'm trying to get to that, but if you want to see more from me, I do post more on the other social media platforms such as Strava, Instagram, and Threads. Run with CT across the board. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. See ya.